On 2 separate occasions, videos of police officers murdering black men have surfaced. The 2 videos have once again forced America to deal with race relations, specifically the relationship between black people and police officers. For years, we have complained about the treatment that we have received at the hands of law enforcement. Many outside of the black community refuse to believe that we were being abused by the same people hired to protect us, right? The problem of police brutality even spilled over into hip-hop music. In the 80s, artists such as KRS-One, the X-Clan, and most notably NWA released songs expressing their contempt and mistrust for police officers. As technology improved, America finally got a chance to witness exactly what black people in the community was talking about. Now, the videos seem to add validity to the concerns of the people in the African American community. Unfortunately, and what seemed to be clear-cut examples of police brutality often resulted in police officers being acquitted of all charges. This created a sense of powerlessness in the community. Black people began to think, how do we get justice? To add more tension to an already sensitive relationship between black people and white people, many white people tended to side with the police officers. These people often pointed to the victim's background, like their criminal background, as justification for the treatment that they received from police officers. So not only were black people being murdered by police officers, they were also being dehumanized, right? So the recent videos, what they do is of like a time back when the police officers was shooting us with water hoses, back when they was getting German Shepherds, and they was sicking these German Shepherds on us, back to a time when the KKK would lynch us, and this was for the law. They wasn't being charged for these murders. You'll see a black man hanging from a tree with a whole bunch of white people with kids. These people sitting over here, they having a barbecue around a black person hanging from a tree with little kids, all of them smiling, and they sitting over there taking pictures of it as if like when, you know what I mean, when people go hunting and they kill a deer, they'll put the deer antlers up and take pictures in front of it. This is how they treated us, son. And you telling me, and this is why the Black Lives Matter movement started. Because we're seeing this type of stuff, and these are the images we getting of back in the 60s when we had absolutely no rights, When we see these police officers get off, it's basically telling us we still ain't got no rights. So everything that Dr. Martin Luther King stood for, everything that Michael X fought for, everything that all our forefathers stood for and tried to make better for us, they tell us that we changed, that we got so much freedom. But you know what? We don't. Because these cops are lynching us right now. They still sticking water hose on us. They still putting these German Shepherds on us. And guess what? They getting away with it. This is why Black Lives Matter. And for all you clowns that say all lives matter, they do matter. Like I said last week, all lives do matter. But at the same time, this didn't happen to your ancestors. Your ancestors wasn't chained in Africa, told every single thing that we developed in Africa was wrong. Our dark skin, we was made to believe that this was wrong. Our nappy hair, that's something wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, y'all didn't go through that. Sometimes you try to include everybody else in the struggles that we went through. You're basically downplaying everything that we went through in this country, and they're still going through to this day. Because y'all be the first ones to tell us that there's no such thing as racism now. You're seeing it every single day, son. Racism is alive and well. And what can we do? I don't know. I'm actually at a loss for ideas, man. I think everybody who has an idea, we all need to come together and we need to discuss ways to deal with the problem of police brutality, man.
Well,